into with these teams and these games and a lot of weird things that happen. But I want to start off first by just saying, before we get into the wild card schedule, I just want to say my last episode, Terrence, I told our audience that I was not happy with the decision what the Philadelphia Eagles were making. There were rumors when I done the episode that they were going to probably sit Saquon, and I was like, nah, they're not going to do that. Of course, they're going to let that man go for that record. It's the worst team in the league, one of the worst teams in the league. They're terrible at rush defense. Why not go out there and get it in 2 quarters, 1 quarter maybe, and call it a day? I just don't understand. Why wouldn't you let him break this record? So I just kind of want to, this is the little bone that I have to pick with the Philadelphia Eagles and their organization. As much as I like what they do in the front office, Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, and all those guys in the front office, they've done a great job in keeping that team together and intact. They just won a Super Bowl in 2017. They were back in the Super Bowl in 2022. And one flag away from actually winning that Super Bowl. And they're the most talented team right now where they could very well go back. But I do not like the fact that you all thought that it was okay to sit him. Now, what I respect is that if the whole team was okay with not pursuing this record, fine. If we're all in solidarity about this, it's okay, cool, I respect it. But why wouldn't they all have been on board for him to go for the record also? I just can't believe that Saquon didn't want to break this record. And I wish he wasn't such a good, nice guy, because I think that's what he is. And it's just whatever coach says. I don't really buy every complete word that he said, but he did and said what was right, and I respect it. And I tip my hat to that man. I really do. But damn it, it was a long season, and he deserves it. And he'll probably never get the opportunity to break that record again. I don't know what pact Eric Dickerson has on why his record cannot and seems like it will never be broken. But this has to stop. He had a chance to make history, and he had a chance to possibly put his name in the MVP ballot, because how is he not an MVP or co-MVP if he does something that no one has ever done? And that's beat that record, break that record that hasn't been broken since 1984. And I don't care if they played one extra game. So I just wanted to say that, Philadelphia, I hope all the bad and worst things happen to you in this postseason, because I thought that was wrong, and I don't appreciate it, and I don't respect it. And just, you could have got it. Now you put a lot of pressure on yourself. A lot of pressure. Because in the end, you're saying that we're going to take this week off and get ready for the main goal at hand. And that's the Super Bowl. And I get it, Terrence. Trust me, I do. Ladies and gentlemen, I get it. But now you have to win that now. Because since you didn't let that man go get that record, you have to give him the Vince Lombardi trophy. Put it in his hand and let him hold it and kiss it and embrace the moment. And then you can say it was all worth it. Although I thought he could have got the record and the Super Bowl trophy. But now, I hope they don't get it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm hating on the Eagles the rest of the way. And I had just said that the Eagles are the best team in the league. They look like they could definitely win the Super Bowl. But now, I don't want them to. But the pressure is on. I'm not saying they can't go all the way and win it. But in my book, they have to now. Or this is going to blow up in your face. You should have done it. Why not? That's all I wanted to say on that. Terrence, you do have any thoughts? Anything?
Yeah, I think the issue. Yeah, I think the issue there is that they didn't listen to me earlier in the season. I don't know if you remember this, but I said they'd have too many columns for Hurts, and that he would get hurt at some point. I don't know if you recall it or not, but uh, he got hurt. So I think that put them in fear that the same thing could probably happen to Saquon, and it's just the wrong time to be having an injury when you have those aspirations of holding up the big trophy. Now, me personally, I still let him go and get that record. Listen to this scenario. He could have gotten a record against his former team with Tiki Barber doing the commentary after Tiki Barber said that he was dead to him and dead to the Giants.
Hmm.
Like there's no perfect way to that. And the Eagles are real petty, so that that's typically something that they do. But this time, I and they have bigger goals. But it's also because of Justin Hurt. It's also because of Jalen Hurts. he got hurt, and they just couldn't afford to have them both hurt. And I understand.
I got you. Um, that's some more question marks coming into uh, this weekend's wild card weekend, but we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
I just wanted to say that about
yeah.
Saquon Barkley and the Philadelphia Eagles. I really wish he had gotten that record, and I just think that it's a waste, a complete waste that they didn't let him get. You can't get that far and say, "Nah, that's all right, we straight." It was the perfect team to do it against. It was lined up perfect for him to do it, and the fact that they didn't, man, they better win that Super Bowl for Saquon now.
And he only needed like 100 yards, right? He
One
only needed like 100 yards.
101 is all they needed. 101. And against the Giants, did you really think he wasn't gonna get that against the Giants? And it could have been less than 101. But they took him out last week against the Cowboys. I think kind of early too. As soon as he got like over 100 yards, they sit him, and it's like, okay, well he's down to 101 now. But I thought they could have got it down to about 80, 75 yards, and the next week would have been real easy to get in and get out. And but still, 101 was not hard at all. I don't think for him. Um,